I really do feel like what so many people fail to realize is the fact that they're not stuck. They're just scared to let go. And when it comes to life and actually going out here and pursuing your dreams, to get to where you want to be at, it is going to cost you your old life. And to some people, this is too much of a sacrifice in order to fully let go. So, my question to you is the current lifestyle that you're living worth sacrificing? Is it worth letting go of everything that you may have acquired this far? All of the old friendships, relationships that you may have been in, to get to that point, to receive everything that you may have wanted to receive out of your life. Because you can say that you want something, but your actions are going to always speak louder. And once upon a time, there was a point in my life where I always felt like I wanted something specifically, whether it was just success or happiness, but my actions weren't aligned with my wants and my needs. I was telling myself one thing and I was moving in a completely opposite direction. And all this did was just bring me tension. It put me in a headspace to be confused and not necessarily know what direction I want to go in. So the next step for me was just finding that form of alignment. And if you're in a similar position, this should be your main priority too. The things that are coming out of your mouth, the desires, the wants, the needs for your life, your actions have to align with that. Most people are not trapped by circumstances. They're trapped by attachment. You may say that you want change, but you're holding on to old habits, people, and environments that may be keeping you stuck in that old state of mind. Something is going to have to give in order for you to receive. And when I learned this, my life completely changed because it put me in a position to really apply that to everything that goes on around me. Before I ever put my hand out and expect to receive something, I know that I have to give first. I know that I have to be that person willing to let go, willing to put my faith in God and trust in His ability to send me each and everything that's needed. But when you take matters into your own hands and you try to cling on to things that you know don't serve you a purpose or aren't going to help you get to that next level, all this does is delay the process. But if you want success like you may say that you want it, you need to start moving like it. You need to start applying what you need to apply in your life so that you can attract it. I've seen this happen so many times with old friendships that I may have had where people would sit on the phone and talk about what they want out of their lives and how they're going to get it, but their actions just did not add up. Words itself mean nothing if you aren't willing to do the work necessary in order to acquire it. That's why I'm a firm believer that all of that talking stuff, putting it out into the world, it's completely pointless if you are not backing it up. Our main priority should be acting first and just letting our work speak for itself later on. But this form of comfort that you may feel right now is disguised as safety. Just because something is familiar does not mean that it's right for you. And it's a tough pill to swallow because the things that we keep around us or we have around us for a long period of time, we automatically assume that they're meant for us. And this is just not always the case. You have to branch out. You have to let go because you just have to experience how it feels to have nothing or to lose it all in order to gain everything. The most successful people that you will ever see have went through things like this, putting themselves in a position to let go, accepting things for what they are. What's familiar to you is often the enemy of growth. And at first, letting go is always going to feel like a loss, but it's really liberation. Whether it's mindset, a relationship, a routine, releasing it makes more room for transformation. If you want to change, if you want to see something happen different in your life, then you have to move different. And it's that simple. You don't even necessarily need a new plan. You just have to release the things that you've been attached to all this time. It's something that you're going to look back at and realize at some point in time that it's holding you back. And it may potentially be your family. It may be friends. It may be people that you love. But are you willing to let them go? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And above all, fear is the one thing that convinces you to stay in your comfort zone. It convinces you to stay where growth cannot reach you. That inner fear that you may have may tell you to wait for the right moment. It may tell you that now is not the time. But freedom itself only comes when you move despite the fear, where you're not afraid to fail, where you're not afraid how you're going to be perceived if you have to let everyone go just to get to where you need to get. That sacrifice alone is going to be much more worth it in the long run. People that truly respect and care about you are not going to go against God's plan for your life. And this is such a tough pill to swallow because when you're moving forward and you're trying to reach that new point in your life, people will see your growth and envy you. They may be jealous. because they may be in a place in their life where they're stagnant, or they may not necessarily know where to move. And this is just something that you have to take in and accept it for what it is. But don't let it hold you back from getting to where you need to get in life. Because one thing that I know for sure is the fact that time does not wait for anybody. I came home from the military 5 years ago almost, and it felt like it was yesterday. I was 20 years old, 21 years old when I came back. That just goes to show how quick time is moving. We do not have any more of it to waste, especially dragging and clinging on to things that aren't providing us any value. Now's the time to really lock in and get yourself to where you need to be. Truly understanding that nothing will ever change unless you do. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Things will not change unless you change. And it doesn't even always have to be a physical change like in your present life. It can be mental shifts that sets the bar and get things going differently. Always start with your mind. All it takes is a single thought and then an action that just makes things start to move differently in your life. But this version of success that you want, that you've been trying to get into this door and it doesn't seem to be opening, I want you to understand that that door is not locked. You're just afraid of what's on the other side. But I'm here to tell you today that you need to walk through it anyways, regardless of what you may believe is on the other side of that door. Hardships, pain, struggles that you may have to get through. You can overcome it. And that's exactly why you're placed in a position right now where you're having these thoughts, because that's the direction that you're supposed to be heading in. Is it going to feel comfortable? No, it's not. But we do not want comfortable. We want results. But this feeling that you have of feeling like you're stuck is only a result of what you've been holding on to. Once you release and fully let go, you will not feel stuck anymore. You're the only one that's holding you back. And you taking accountability and accepting that will help you be able to move forward and advance with your life. That's all it's about. It's not about the bad decisions that you made up until this point, the missed opportunities, chances that you didn't take. You can still go out and take those chances right now. And it really does break my heart when I see people get to the position where they may be 50 or 55 and they missed out on so many different opportunities in their lives, and they just feel as if it's too late. They lose that sense of confidence and hope for their future because they waited too long. And although a lot of those opportunities may fade away, that's something that you just have to keep in mind, that every chance, every opportunity may not always be present, but while they are, you have to take full advantage of it. You do not want to live a life of regret. You don't want to live a life knowing that, man, if only I took that chance and I moved out of my parents' house, or I took that chance and I sacrificed going out and partying every weekend to fully lock in and chase my dreams for a year to see what would have happened. You do not want to be that person. What is it going to take for you to risk it all? Ask yourself that. What is it going to take? Because no matter what you do, nothing is promised. Nothing is guaranteed. It's just a matter of how bad you want certain things and what you're willing to do. The journey itself will teach you valuable lessons. Even if it doesn't turn out the way that you want to turn out, you will come out stronger, wiser, and with more wisdom in general after the end of that experience. So what can you possibly lose? The time, it's not a loss because you gained wisdom. The resources, it's not a loss because it's something that you can get back. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself you don't have what it needs to get the job done, because truth be told, you do. And you've already planted that seed in your mind. And if you don't act on it, all it's going to do 10, 15 years from now is eat you alive. So you just have to get the ball rolling. But you're not stuck. You're not hopeless. You just have to gain the courage to just start and just do the things that you need to do. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.